Did I miss something, Q? Okay. Hello and welcome to Masks Generation Extra. We've got several nice players and several interesting characters in this game about superhero reality TV stars. I've gathered these people from the Gauntlet, that is a community at thegauntlet-rpg.com. We play generally story driven narrative games. There's some OSR. You can find pretty much anything that your heart desires in the indie scene here. And I myself am Ferret, also known as Sawyer. I will be the facilitator, MC, GM, whatever you want to call me today. I use he, him pronouns, but will answer to any pronouns said with respect. And enough about me. Let's introduce my players and their wonderful characters. And I will start in character keeper order. So let's start with Stephen. Would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hey, I'm Steven. I'm playing Hedera, the token mutant on the team, and also, I think, given the advancements other people chose versus myself, currently the most popular character.
That,
Uh, Go
yeah,
ahead.
your audience. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I think my audience is into me for reasons that Hedera would not like them to be into her, but it is what it is. You can't control why you're famous. All you can do is ride it.
Oh, you're unmuted, Ares. Yes, and next up is our wonderful Rich and the stellar Neutron.
Nice, stellar. Hi, I'm Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. I am playing Kyungwon Byo, who is a legacy playbook, uh, and he goes by the super's name of Neutron. He is a Korean American, second generation. His mother is Red Giant. His grandfather is Pulsar, and Yellow Dwarf is his brother, and possibly the next member of the legacy. And it turns out that he has an adopted brother who is the greatest opponent the Legacy has ever faced by the name of Void. In last session, Neutron denied him 3 times, and then amid Hedera screaming that, yep, that's your brother. Hey, isn't that your brother? Hey, this is your brother here, isn't it? And then, of course, Red Giant and also Pulsar showed up. And yeah, I think Neutron's in trouble.
He was fucking with me, okay?
Yep.
And it got her an audience. I mean, it worked.
Totally worth it for her. Yep.
And speaking of things that always work out, next up is Ares with Bounty.
What do you mean in I assume I'm just supposed to say who I am, and because I didn't hear what to do. So I'm Erez, he him. I play Bounty, he him. Is the Nomad is here for the show because he's looking for his parents. He hopes they'll see him on TV after he kept shocking people, very famous people. So that would be interesting to see if he managed.
Oh, yes. Antics to find parents in hiding. This will always work out. And the person who was our teleporter, who was absent last session, who managed to go to the fight in a vehicle. Puckett, would you introduce yourself and your character?
I'm a teleporter. I'm Puckett, he, him. I'm playing Tasha Blaze, she, her. She is a delinquent. And, well, I'd have to actually look at her skills. I'm a teleporter. Huh. Go figure. Anyway, yeah, carrying on.
And last but definitely not least, the person who's turning out to be the mother of the team. Q, would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, I am, my name's Steven, but I also go by Q, just for simplicity in this case. I'm playing O, a protege playbook full of gadgets and Oihai is an indigenous woman. She goes by the pronouns she, her. I use the pronouns he, him. And she has become a reluctant leader of the group, not realizing that they need to get their shit in gear. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And I think we're going to have a very minute time skip of like 2 hours after the filming of the last show, which has the wonderful kaiju esque localization of nemesis over any response of brother, even when brother is said in Korean by Pulsar. It's wonderful. And I think the edit. We start off with Generation Xtra, and I'm going to ask this time. I think we see everyone on the team in the cover, with people sort of. I think like there's like an oubliette from the Void, and the Void is on the cover, like reaching up. Neutron, where are you on the cover?
Oof, I mean, if we follow through with the 3 of 5 conditions marked, I think Neutron is sitting on like this floating rock, this head in his hands.
Okay, I think Void was like just reaching up out of the shadows towards Neutron, who is sad and on a rock. Oh, what are you doing on the cover?
So I think O would be kind of in the center of the cover, kind of sort of like in the V of where the rest of the team is, but in the front and looking very angry. She doesn't want to be in that front and center position. So, yeah.
Yeah. Tasha, where are you on the cover?
I'm toward the back. I have my back turned just enough that whatever I have in my lap is obscured, but anyone who spent time in a college dorm can tell you that's the exact position you use when you're smoking a bong.
Bounty, where are you on the cover? Or are you on the cover?
Why not? I think someone made like a Star Wars thing, like from a Star Wars thing, and you see me with electrifying hands in the background, like in the back.
And last but not least, Hedera, are you even reaching out to Void? No one seems to be.
Yeah, I think they use like a monstering out photo of me though, not the one I wanted.
And the page turns. We get the voyeurs doing editing on the film from the fight. As the next panel is in complete darkness, then flash. All these lights turn on. Void is in those supernatural, super strong metal handcuffs that generally the Wolverine is in, or the Hulk that covers their entire hands and up to their elbows. Lights are on in every direction. There's not a single bit of shadow in the room. And I think a camera flickers on, and the team is gathered behind the screen where we see Void. And I don't think Dynasty Pearl is here. I think Hellfire is actually here, but she doesn't have her demonic mask on. She is a woman of Italian descent, very looks sort of short, but you don't feel like you would ever look down upon her. Just very, very imperial almost. And she looks at Hedera and looks at O. Then I think a Neutron can tell that she's trying not to look directly at him. And Hellfire crosses her arms and sighs like, "So, which one of you?" And I think her eyes flicker to O. "Decided we were going to bring him here."
Well, would you have rather have left him in the street to uh, perform more destruction?
No, but you stood up to Red Giant, who was begging you to take care of her son.
I didn't want to embarrass the family more by showing that they were above the law. I think they stood for the law throughout the course of their career, and I think that emotions were high at that point. After some cooling down time, we can make sure everyone is treated fairly.
Yeah, give me a second. Is there a start of session rule? I know I've added one team to the team pool as the session began, but I don't think any.
I guess it would depends on if this counts as time passing for.
Yeah, it's the legacy. I don't think this counts as time passing because it's only
Yeah,
been
it's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and Hellfire, I think, just smiles wickedly. The kind of visage that has seen much more devious kind of antics before. Like, well, you're going to get good ratings from it at the very least, but this isn't really about ratings. This is about what we're going to do with him. Your mentor was very kind in providing these anti-oubliette lights or whatever they were called. But I don't know if it's up to you to make that decision. As her eyes glance over to Neutron, what do you want to happen to your brother?
I mean, he's a criminal. We should see justice. Of course.
No, not looking. I know you're not into the nepotism thing, but what is justice to you? What is Biol justice?
It's just whatever laws he's broken, what anybody else would get. That's what I want. That's all I want. I don't want anything different. That's all.
Well, that means there can be several things that happen. There's jail time, but he can teleport through shadows. That would mean he'd have to go somewhere in a different dimension, perhaps, or one of those hellaciously disturbing prisons where people's emotions are sapped. I wouldn't want that. And he's really been quiet on the front. Would you not expect that restitutive justice would be better, that he give back to the community as best he can?
Oh, what do you think should happen?
And I think at this time, Hellfire's like, I have a friend who has an idea. And she presses like a button on something to signal someone else to come in. And this is, let me get the name. He is Oscar Sanderson, the man who worked with Tasha's father back in the day, who is also worked with Bounty's parents, I believe, or at least in the same laboratory as Bounty's parents. And he walks in and looks a bit nervous, glances over at Tasha. Tasha, do you say anything? Do anything?
Oscar, what are you doing here?
I think I have a way to maybe get your father back.
What?
Yeah, and I think he's going to be using his influence to try and shift your labels by well, I think the first thing is I do. I think I have a way to open the portals that we need, but the Void's shadow powers need to be harnessed for this.
Damn it! Do we all have negligent parents? I kind of pat Tasha on the shoulder. Welcome to the team, girl.
Don't fucking touch me. Oscar, I am not interested in being a cop, and I'm not interested in being a jailer, and I'm not interested in handing people over to cops. And I'm sure as shit not interested in forcing someone to do something that they may or may not want to do just because it might have a good outcome.
Ooh. Sounds like no matter what I was going to do with that influence, you were trying to reject it.
Oh, I'm pulling Mary Contrary here.
Okay. You get +2 when you reject influence, I think. Is that what you're doing? Or is Mary Contrary...
When someone tries to pierce my mask, comfort or support me or provoke me, I can interfere.
Oh, he's not piercing your mask, or he's not doing any of those. He's trying to spend influence over you to shift your labels.
Okay.
Which you would just roll a flat D10 or 2D6 to try and resist.
You know, I want to assess the situation here.
Ooh, that's actually a good thing to do.
That gets me a 7 on the dice, and I'm rolling with what? Superior?
Superior.
Okay. My superior is 2, so that is a 9. Doesn't really do much else for me. But that gets me, what is that, 1 question?
I would say with your, with the delinquent advance, one of their special advances to put 2 points into any 2 labels. So you could boost superior up to 3 and get a 10.
And does it have to be 2 points into the same label?
No, I think it's 1 point in 2 different labels. Let me check real quick to make because it might be 2 points in 1 label.
Add +1 to any 2 labels.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? I'll just go ahead and take that, and I will crank superior up to 3, and I'll crank freak up to 2.
Nice. So yeah, you get to ask 2 questions.
All righty. And then just because, let's see, what's the other one I've got? Criminal Mind. Can always ask one of the following questions, even on a miss.
Ooh, so you get 3 questions total.
All righty. What can I use? Just what here can I use to make Oscar see my point of view?
You can use your father's moral code that he would never experiment. He would never use someone unwilling in his experiments.
Okay. What here is in the greatest danger?
Ooh. That could, to me, there's several. Do you mean like their freedom, their image? I can let me.
I mean,
for the freedom, that would be the void. His he is currently in extra legal confinement, and this is technically like a black zone. So many things could go down here. For image, I would say neutron, because what happens to the void will rub off on the Biol legacy.
Okay. And let's see, criminal mind. How could I best infuriate or provoke Oscar?
Remind him that it was his mathematical misstep that led to your to the event that gave you your powers and took your father.
Okay. Oscar, you know that Bert wouldn't do this. Not even if he was trying to get me back. You know this is not how he did things.
And Oscar looks kind of guilty at the moment. But if there's a chance at getting him back, at reuniting the family, there's a lot of people willing to work on this with me.
Oscar,
I would say,
I'm the one who's most wronged here. I'm the one missing my dad, and I'm saying, don't you dare do this. He wouldn't want this, and I don't.
Do you want to provoke him with a +1?
Not just yet. I'd prefer not to do that unless I have to.
Well, provoke is just meaning you get them to do. It's like a manipulate.
Oh, okay. Yes.
You're trying to get him to see, like you're provoking him to see your point of view.
Provoke with +1. Done.
So yeah, that's going to be +4 total.
And I rolled a 7.
So yeah, you got an 11. So yeah, I think Oscar looks at Hellfire and just shakes his head like, I can't do this. She's right. Bert wouldn't want it this way, and I think he says, like, it's just the people I work with, and he Erez Bounty. What are your parents' last names?
Last name?
Yes, like Dr. X or Professor Y.
Elvins.
Yeah, so he's Oscar says, like, the Elvins think that this would maybe crack space travel a bit better too, and I mean they have reason to want that, but I can't. And I think, but yeah, Bounty, do you respond to that name?
Start prodding Bounty with my elbow.
The who?
Oscar looks up. Oh, you probably wouldn't know them. I mean, you've been gone for so long, but the doctors Elvins, they used to work in the same business as I did, and they studied different things, but we've come to an agreement with our ways now.
Where are they located?
I cannot tell you that. I wish I could, but we work mainly through proxies.
Do you know?
As I said, I wish I could tell you that. Do you realize how interesting it would be to converse these people face to face? We only
Yes. I do realize. So you don't know where they are, but you can communicate with them.
Yes.
How?
Through proxies, through message systems, through messengers. I even used a pigeon once.
Get me in touch with them. Now. As soon as possible.
And he looks shocked, like, no, they don't know you, and I have no reason to try and open up one of my sources to you.
I take out my taser, the very famous taser, and I use the anti-grav to really fast be in front of him now, and I put the taser on his neck.
Are you provoking him?
I don't know, am I? Yeah, I guess I am. I'm threatening him, that's for sure. Provoke.
That would be with superior.
-2 though. So
No, your superior is +2.
yeah, but I also have a -2 because of
yes.
I'm guilty. I wonder why. Oh, that's a 10 though, so that's good.
So yeah,
10.
he looks really surprised. And it's like, okay, what do I tell them? What should I put in the message?
Just get to meet. It's a message. Tell them. I look at the others and like, I have no words, so I'm like, what's the message that I should send them?
You look at who?
At the others
Oh,
to see if they can give me better words.
I mean, as an idea, wouldn't it be great if we had some sort of computer expert with a totally not conspiracy theorist fake dad who might want to help?
Who's that?
That would be me.
Oh,
But I have no idea why you want to get in touch with these people, right? Have you told us that your parents are named the Elvins?
no, I don't think I did.
unless you want to share a moment of weakness with O.
So I don't know if it will be considered a moment of weakness, but I look at O and I'm like, those are my parents.
Oh.
I'm still with a taser on that guy's neck. Yes.
In that case, it might be good if we approach this in a more diplomatic sense. And I think I reach out and I kind of lower the taser and I say, okay, so I think it's important that we talk with them, but we don't want to spook them off because then you wouldn't be able to, you would lose this lead. And I turn to, what was this guy's name?
Oscar Sanderson.
Oscar.
I turn to Oscar and I say, are you willing to help us get in touch with these people so that, well, number one, you can meet them in person, and Bounty can, connect back up with his parents?
They did say they've been underground for so long because of the space incident, and if you're really their son, they would of course want to meet you. And I think you see the gears just turning, and then they would owe me because I would be the one that introduced them to their son. And it's like, it works. He's like, I will get you in touch. I
want to provoke Oscar now.
Oh, lords.
I don't know, Oscar. You sure you're doing your math right?
Okay. Provoke him to anger with +1.
That is a 4. And do I roll with the stat there?
You roll with superior, which it's the +4 total because your superior is 3 and the +1 from your assess.
So that's an 8.
I think he will. He's going to I think he's going to. He's going to overreact, and it's just. This doesn't involve math. This involves simple human interactions with civilized people. Something I've tried to instill in you, but apparently have failed. You gain influence over Oscar Sanderson as he snaps at you.
Big time.
So how fast can you get us into contact with my parents?
Well, the proxies I use are very intricate, and it would take someone who's a master of encryption, a master of computers, and just a whiz with modern technology to be able to do it at any kind of rapid speed.
So let's see about doing it. One question is, what do we do with the void? If I'm not mistaken, the Elvins wanted to experiment on the void. I don't think that's something we want to encourage.
No, we don't.
It's not that we don't want to experiment upon him. We want to know about his powers. This isn't going to be like a Clockwork Orange, lift your eyelids and force you to do stuff thing. This is more testing out the limits of powers in a controlled environment.
It's still a slippery slope and a little bit icky. So we should just be aware that, we should be cautious with them. So why don't we start to get in touch with them through, I don't know, the BBS that you're using or the encrypted phone message system
Or pigeon, whatever.
or Pigeon?
Yeah, I think he describes like in old like sort of old man terms that O starts realizing he's using a like dark web BBS board that's not that gets its information cleared every time it's gone to, and that he technically like you would understand that he's technically at like the untrustworthy level. That like he needs to go through a moderator to get these messages approved to the Elvins. But he gives you that you can find this place, use his account, and get a message to them. It may take a while for them to receive it, though.
Okay.
Though you probably know that if you get in touch with your mentor or something, he might know something about this kind of scientist underground.
Maybe the less people know, the better. Bounty. What in particular do you? So you're not certain what to say to them. Is there anything you might want to say that? I mean, do you want to announce that you're their child in the message so that they come right away, or do you want to wait until they arrive to do so?
I don't care. I just want to see them.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
Not that I know of.
Okay. And you what is something that only you would know about? Like, what was your favorite food as a child? Pancakes?
Bananas, but that's beside the point.
Oh,
like
no.
I know where they were. I guess I knew where they were.
Yeah. I think what we'll do is in the message we'll say, hey, we should meet up in person to discuss this, and maybe we could have, some dessert like with bananas, and see if that's enough to entice them to join. That's a hint, but doesn't announce your presence because we don't want them to be too concerned.
Concerned about what?
Oh, that this might be a trap. I mean, we know it's not a trap, but they might be concerned it is. If they've been in hiding for a reason.
Yeah, why are they hiding? I have to know that.
We'll have
I
to
look
ask.
at Oscar and I'm like, why are they hiding?
We were working at a department that wasn't entirely government sanctioned. We probably should not have had the bring your kids to work days, but morale was low.
And it got so much better after that, didn't it, Oscar?
I think Hellfire is actually like keeping like this small like little notepad of like just blackmail to return on people, and she snaps it closed. It's like, okay, so that does bring up an excellent question. What are we going to do with the void?
Who cares? Throw him to jail.
That's what I've been saying all along. Just jail.
Right. And just a meta question. Is there not a legal agreement with the authorities on how to handle metahumans? I mean, they've been coming around for quite a while through the bursts. So it seems like there should be a protocol in place.
There is, but I mean, his powers are stronger than those that usually get seen. I wouldn't. I mean, if you want to send him to the typical jails, that's fine, but I don't think it'll be very comfortable.
Why isn't
Superhero
anyone
jail?
asking if we can actually help him? Like maybe not just throw him in a hole someplace?
Because he's a
why-
criminal?
Dude, I smoke weed every day. And I'm on the team.
That's different because he hurts people. You don't?
And you think the people that I buy the weed from don't have their hands in shady shit?
Then
Where do we
maybe
draw
you
the
should
line?
stop. At directly hurting people? I don't know.
Who's to say he can't turn around? I'm trying to turn around.
I'm not saying it can't. Do you want to ask him if he wants to help you with your thing about the portals? I don't know. Whatever you guys were talking about.
I just wonder if maybe there's something we should be talking about as a step before throwing him into a hole never to be seen again.
Well,
I mean,
assumed that-
Neutron, you may not like him because he's brought a whole lot of trouble to your family, but family. And I mean, do you really want to just throw him away like trash?
Ooh, that sounds like a move.
Yeah, does sound like a move.
Sounds like provoke.
It's either that or she's defending the void from social conflicts. Which do you think you're doing, Tasha? Provoking Neutron into action or defending the void?
Can the void hear this?
I don't think the void can hear this, but it seems like a stretch to be defending him.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say because because you either defense either changes a player character's role or causes NPC action, right?
Yeah, correct. So yeah, I think you're just
Provoke.
provoking Neutron to support his family, the legacy.
That's a natural 12.
Oh, so that's a 15.
Now, I guess it's both. If they do it, add a team to the pool. If they do not do it, mark a condition.
So you want Neutron to agree with you, I assume, Tasha?
I want Neutron to acknowledge that maybe this isn't the best way to do it and try to give his brother a chance. What's more heroic than helping somebody who needs it when they need it most?
We don't have anywhere to keep it. Sure.
Look, I'm all for Pet Supervillain, Project Pet Supervillain, but I'm just putting out there that if he's sleeping anywhere, it's going to be in Neutron's bed.
I mean, he can bunk with me if he needs to.
No.
No,
I'll
he has
bunk with him,
powers
it's
that he
fine.
can move through shadows. He can easily escape.
God, this is the worst. You suck, Void. Why couldn't you have just gone away?
Why would he go away? You can just tell people that.
I can. I just did. God. I mean, you ran away. Why are you even here? Just whatever. Let's let Void make up his debt to society and not send him to jail. Give him a second chance. I'm sure he'll change. Just like I'm going to my room.
I think that will you can say that it's a sacrifice. You're sacrificing your the easy option to get rid of Void.
Yeah, I shout after you, Void's room.
And I don't think you shared a team weakness. Do you? Let me see.
No, I don't think he shared a team weakness, but he is trying to run away.
Definitely, and which luckily is not a role here.
Yay! Because I'd fail at it. Woo.
And if possible, I want to teleport Hedera to her room.
Her own room?
Her own room.
Okay.
Would you be going with her?
No, just like enough of your snark.
Said
thee
the Snark
gone.
Master. That would, since you're not going with her, I would say that would be a freak roll.
I think I just upgraded freak too.
I mean, if Hedera is fine with being teleported to her room.
Muted.
Sure.
And that's a miss. Where did I teleport
Yeah,
her
I
to?
figured this would happen. I figured.
Oh. I think Neutron, if I may borrow you for a second, with this teleportation.
Mm-hmm.
You were reaching out for Hedera, and Neutron brushed past her, and you touched Neutron, which threw off your potential. And you guys are now outside of Emily Simpson's house, the up-and-coming pop diva who owes Neutron a dance. And
Yeah.
the thing is, this is her photo shoot day, and you guys appear right in front of her on the outside on the setup design where she has like the tropiaries, the backdrop, the lighting, even though they're outside, and flash, 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 flat. Is this a TV stunt? No, he and Tasha. I think Tasha went with him.
So Neutron and Tasha?
Yeah.
Hey, Emily. Sorry, little thing. We thought we would come into your photo shoot.
We were just popping by to say hi.
Oh, I mean, well, this was going to be like a fantasy fashion photo shoot, but adding some superheroics into it wouldn't be too bad. I mean, if Neutron would take off his mask and get some makeup put on, I bet we could have a wonderful few photo shoots together.
I nudge Neutron, a little bit of an elbow, like, you hear that? You can get some makeup put on. Be a wonderful photo shoot.
No, it's just a terrible idea. Get us out of here, Tasha. We need to go. We don't want to interrupt her stuff. And he'll kind of pull Tasha aside and whisper, like, I think I might like her. So let's not ruin this, whatever crazy stunt you're pulling, okay?
Oh, no, you
My
didn't.
provoke roll was an 11. Plus 3.
Well, let's say I wanted to, to add insult to injury with this, as he's whispering to Tasha, I think Emily's face cracks. It's like, oh no, you two aren't dating now, are you?
Oh my god, that's the worst.
Neutron, are we dating?
I thought we were just on a team together, Tosh.
I elbow you and say, Neutron, I'm kidding. This is what it looks like when someone's joking with you. But seriously, you should put some makeup on. This would be a good photo shoot. You heard her say so.
And you just rolled to provoke me, is that right? You're going to make me get makeup? Is that what you're doing?
11 plus 3.
Holy crap.
Apparently that's the only thing I can roll well on today is
it seems all you do is provoke. So we're clear, Ferret. Neutron's been seen out of
this wouldn't be like a Janet situation.
Okay. A what situation?
A Janet, like the Mask playbook. Like this wouldn't be like Spider-Man being
Janet.
out of his...
I heard Janet. Like damn it, Janet. And so I was like, what?
No,
sorry.
This wouldn't be like Spider-Man being outside of his mask.
Yeah, he reaches up and he pulls off the weird kind of alien flexible mask thing that covers his face and says, okay, that's... Pulls off the little headpiece. I really can't get makeup on the head guard part, though. It's hard to get out.
Yeah, I think you're swept off by this this makeup team to like a tent. The person who was the model, like you can tell, like compared to you, like this guy's Fabio-esque at the time, and long blonde hair, should be on a romance novel kind of thing. And as people are drifting around, I think there's this Aubrey Plaza-looking woman who comes up to Tasha. It's like, yo, I've heard of you. You're that chick who's Snoop's dealer or Snoop's stalker, or you do stuff to the dog, don't you?
It's complicated. He doesn't like teleportation, so I can freak him out with it, and it's funny. But he kind of hooks me up sometimes with, some really good stuff. Why? You
Well, I was like, if that's who you are, I mean, I want to smoke some kush with you.
why don't you step into my office over here?
Yeah, I think we will cut back to. I think we will cut some time between the decision. I will let's first see like Hedera and Bounty. It seems the two people who were into this rehabilitation of the Void have left the room. Is the Void going to be rehabilitated now? I mean, the
Oh,
team
yeah.
seemed divided, but
So I think the whole point of taking the Void back to headquarters was to keep him immobilized until we could decide who the proper authorities were and how to handle it. If the proper authorities have said he should now be rehabilitated, I think that's the case. I think now's whenever I put in the call to Stitches, my mentor,
mhm.
and ask him to see if he can handle getting us false identities. So this would be one of the things to mask the Void and try to prevent some of the collateral damage to the Byung family, so that he's. And I guess the big question is the Void amenable to being, to recompense, to.
That's what I was curious about because no one's tried to comfort or support him or pierce his mask.
So I think that's
Nobody
me then.
cares.
I think that it's important that I be able to go to him and say, and check to see how willing of a uh, participant he would be in um, in his rehabilitation. So
Yeah, and I was about to say, do you want to have been reading the files about the
about
Void?
Void, now
Yeah.
that I have new information specifically regarding his familial ties, um, I think I'll start out. Yes, and I think that I have more information now than I had before, and I'll
Hmm.
ask him questions like, "What were you trying to get out of this, and what led you down this path? Are you looking for a second chance? Because that might be given to you now."
Yeah, and I think he's a bit dazed and a bit hurt both physically and from the fact that Neutron kept denying that they were family. But he's I wanted to be sane.
So you're doing this for fame.
No, not. I didn't want to be seen by everyone. I wanted my grandfather to notice me finally.
Oh.
Well, he did.
And you don't care whether that is positive notice or negative notice, is that right?
He told me I'd never amount to anything positive. Told me all I'd be was a drain on the family. If the family is going to be superheroes, they need a villain, don't they?
He deserved that taste, didn't he?
Well, um, so are you interested in making up for the wrongs that you've done to people?
I I don't know. I mean, the family. I know I'm not part of the family, but I am, and they need me. There are roles that you have to play, and I think I'm playing the role I'm supposed to play.
Huh. Maybe I should introduce you to a friend of mine who has broken out of the roles, because that's an artificial structure. You don't have to do that.
Who's your friend?
Oh, my friend is Tasha. You saw her here just a second ago, and
Oh
she
no,
knows.
he's been in like a separate room. Like you were viewing
Ah,
him through a screen. So
yeah.
like yeah.
My friend's Tasha. She doesn't put up with any bullshit, and you know, she might be able to teach you how to break out of roles that are. I mean, you're choosing to fit into someone else's view of yourself, and you need to grow into your view of yourself.
Do you want to comfort and support or pierce the mask on the void? Or,
Pierce the mask. Let me look at the questions for a second and see which it is. I'll roll because both of them are bad. I rolled a 7. I have a -2, and I don't think I have anything that'll make up for that.
I mean, I assume Bounty and Hedera are here with you. You guys do have 4 team now from so many successful provokes. You could,
Oh, okay.
they could both spend a team to boost you to 7,
So it was pierce the mask or defend.
or comfort or support. They're both mundane.
I'll help depending on what he chooses to roll in the end.
What he intends to ask.
Yeah. So let me see. Okay. So it doesn't. I'm not really trying to comfort them. Because I'm not trying to make them feel better. I'm trying to. I'm basically trying to get them. I'm trying to understand whether or not they are going to be a willing participant in rehabilitation.
Okay, that could be, what do you intend to do,
Yeah.
or how could I get your character to see my point of view?
Yeah. So I think that's pierce the mask, and that makes my roll a 5.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'll help.
Okay.
Like, I have to say how, I believe. Yeah, if you want, Tasha could talk to you, or I could talk to you and try to get you out of your current zone of life. You could have different kinds of adventures.
yeah, and Hedera, you could just bring up the fact that Tasha's already stood up for him.
Did you want to help?
Yes, I would say, did Hedera want to help?
Oh, you're on mute.
You're still muted.
Oh, I was kind of thinking.
Okay.
No, I think Hedera is just like. Plus, your Gramps is kind of a dick.
Yeah, that's like Hedera's helping, and yeah, so that's a 7.
Okay. So that is ask one question, and that was how could I get your character to, how could I get the void to go along with rehabilitation?
Admit that, or tell him that his brother, Neutron, has taken his side. You don't need to say that it's, coerced or anything, but show him that at least one member of the family already supports him.
I don't think that is coerced. So I tell Void, you know, there are people in your family who care about you, and I'm talking about your brother Quang Wan, who cares for you because you can tell from his actions in the fight that we just had. And to be honest, just between us, he's probably in as much of a prison as you are. So by learning and growing into your own view, I think you might be able to help him grow into his.
Okay, I'll try. I mean, it's better than the alternatives.
Yeah. So I think I'll put in a call to the authorities, and we put the superhero equivalent of an ankle bracelet on the void, right? And Stitches will help out with a false identity.
Yeah, and I think like this is part of your security system, that Stitches has some kind of like a anti-shadow or anti-power bracelet. If like they're going to use their powers to escape, or like after a curfew, it doesn't activate.
Right. Or not necessarily it takes away their power, it alerts us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I say, oh, and I slip the void my personal line and say, we will be able to get in touch with you, but if you run into any problems, reach out, please. And I'll help as long as I can't, as long as I can get away from these cameras.
Yeah. And I assume we were in the like hidden parts of the like, this was not caught on camera.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that's true, unless they did outtakes or something that, yeah. Or if they did catch it on camera, they're not going to cut it to make us look endearing. They're going to cut it to make us look like he's on trial and going away to prison and carried away in shackles and the handcuffs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think this is a good place to take our first break. Let's be back 12 after the hour and see where we go from here. I need to find a way to push Hedera into her audience now. Because I want to really... Let me read what you chose again to make sure I do this properly. Because I know you have a PR agent. Oh, we need to deal with that fallout from you becoming a horrific monster last time, too.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what's going to happen then, yes. Okay. I believe we're all back.
Kind of surprised you're not drumming your fingers together like, yes, I think I know what's going to happen. Yes.
If it's okay with Neutron and Tasha, it's like I wanted to like sort of veil over the photo shoot. I don't think anything like majorly interesting is going to happen. No one's going to attack it. Nothing drastic. It's just going to be a fun, jovial time, and that doesn't induce drama. And but
Doesn't Neutron deserve to have a good day, though?
oh, he does. But I mean, that's why it's in the background, because what you deserve is not what you get in most comics. But I think it's been a few days as Hellfire has been going over the legalese and loops to make sure that the Void is under your like legal protection and jurisdiction, and like that the super meta police can't come and claim him as their own to take to a jail elsewhere. And during this time, I think the first episode has come out. And Hedera, how do you usually communicate with your audience? You are muted.
I was just thinking, like, it's the 90s, so we're like strictly in like the era of actually having to do like TV and public appearances.
Or there's also like zines, like fan clubs, the
Yeah.
BBS boards, IRC clients.
Yeah, I'm thinking, is this maybe like a moment, because we established it in the fiction, that Hedera's at some like launch of her clothesline?
Yes, this could definitely be. Like this could be opening a new store, or like the because I think this could be opening like your first store. Because I think like before your clothing was just being sold elsewhere. If that works
Cool.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe that after the first episode arose, and you were seen being dubbed over saying Nemesis a few times. You've gotten to your trailer for the day to get prepared for the expose and the release, and you hear this knock on your trailer, and like some hushed, anxious voices outside.
I guess I'm let's see, does the trailer have like a way of looking outside?
Oh, of course. Like you can
Yeah.
easily just, and I assume like with your plant thing, like you could just stick a flower out of your window and see through it.
Yeah, I guess Hedera is like this. She's a celebrity, but she's also a superhero celebrity. So people sneaking around outside of her trailer can mean a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
So I think she's probably keeping in well, as you said, a flower to the ground, and trying to assess the situation.
Okay. Roll superior.
Oh, right. And where, like, it's on
The moves tab.
right.
Properly touching Molly.
Now I'm wondering. Now I'm thinking why we didn't have a character named Molly in this campaign. And that's actually an 11. So
Ask two.
cool. When you I guess what here is the biggest threat, if there is one?
I think the biggest threat here would be your reactions to this. Like, these are you can tell these are your fans. So, like, an improper reaction may alienate a few people.
And how could we best end this quickly?
Go and talk to them, but do not. Basically, don't invest yourself in the conversation. Keep it celebrity professional.
Yeah, I guess I kind of then go to. Oh, go ahead.
That's if you want to do it nicely. If you want to just end it, call security.
Nah. I guess I'm gonna open the door to the trailer and step out and say, "Hey, Hadarans, I appreciate the you know the friendly stalking, but I have to get off to this opening.
Yeah.
Like, I'm saying in a friendly way.
Yeah, and I think they're really excited to see you. They do that little silence gasp thing where they stand starstruck for a few moments, and it's like, "Oh, we're just real quick. We have some questions for you. Can we please? Well, just like one major question."
I kind of check. Is like, do they like? Are people filming this?
No, you're not on film.
I kind of turn back and okay, one question.
What were you really saying in the first episode? It kept being dubbed over saying Nemesis, but that doesn't seem to be matching your lip movements.
What would Hedera do here? Nah, she's not angry anymore. You know how these things are. It's what happens when you when like in the heat of battle, sometimes things get lost, and sometimes things need to go in and be fixed in post.
So you're lying to your fans?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay. So I think your audience is going to tell you, "Oh, well, that's boring." And if you're not basically if you're not going to give them something juicier, you're starting to get boring. Do you accept what they say or do you reject it?
Yeah, she sort of like thinks on it for a little bit. Now, it's important that you don't spread this in the Hedera zine. But what I hear is that Void is a relative of one of the members of the team.
Oh, and I think
Can't
for that
say which one, but it's definitely, there's definitely some combo about it back at base.
okay, for that you can either shift your labels or mark potential. And I think the first thing he's like, I bet it's Bounty. That's why he's always keeping his mask on.
I can't look. It's a legal thing, so I can't affirm or deny that. And then I give them a wink.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll mark potential.
So yeah, and I think the opening of your place goes really well. There are buzzing rumors of what's going on in the team. Is there going to be a what's going to happen? Who's this mysterious brother? What's going on with the editing? If you can't trust MTV, who can you trust to tell you the truth in these day and ages? And we're going to. I want to cut to Neutron. Would you let the Void sleep in your room if he needed a place to stay?
Yeah, it's probably the best place, so sure.
I'll say this is a large reality TV place. Would he have his own room?
No, I think he has to sleep in my room. I'm good with that. Like, Rich is good with that, but Neutron is, of course, just horrified. This is so embarrassing.
Yeah, and I think this is the first day of freedom Void has had, or as his unmasked name is, Christian Biol. And he has the leg brace on, the leg anklet thing on, and he looks down at it, and I think, would Stitches have put this on himself, or would he have trusted you to put it on?
I think it would look better if I put it on. So yeah, I did it.
Yeah, and I think because we don't want to just switch off Neutron and O again, I want to say that Bounty is here for his because he can also prompt O to make sure that message is getting sent to his parents, but he can help with the hyper technology. And the Void is looking around, is like, is this like a sleepover we should have had? It feels weird. I mean, being in my brother's room with some strangers.
Yeah, sure, it's like a sleepover.
And one of the voyeurs floats by getting this on film.
Great.
So look, I know this is an uncomfortable situation, but it's the best of what we can do. Neutron, you know that this is someone that means something to you. And Void, you know this is your best chance at redemption. So why don't we work together to move past any awkwardness?
Yeah, that's. I mean, he looks at Neutron like that's a start, and he gives like a very forced smile. But it's like in Korean culture, smiling is a definite sign of things are awkward.
Of course, so. You're right. I will set the best example for this wayward fool.
Knock, knock.
And the camera like pans over to the door, and one of the voyeurs.
Who's there?
Yeah.
So Neutron just said he's going to set the best example for you. I'll set the other example. We'll have some fun, Void.
Oh god, the camera is panning out and watching this, and gets everyone in frame. And I think O is like finishing up like the last touch, clicks it closed. There's this as it powers up and glows this odd cyanish color, and Void looks down like, this. Can I change the output? This will clash with everything I have.
You call yourself Void and everything's colorless and you care about fashion now?
If I'm gonna be on TV, I want to at least kind of look good.
Got a spare army jacket you can borrow. Those go with everything.
And he looks over at Bounty. He's like, I could do with some armor.
Not mine.
Didn't you guys like manufacture that for this?
Look, you're
No.
not here to fight. You're not really even here for the TV show. So,
And I think he looks like a bit just like, wait, am I here to like clean up after everyone and keep the fort?
No, you and I are going to go do some good deeds. We're going to go help some people. We're going to start small, easy stuff, carrying groceries for old ladies, that sort of thing.
What?
Am I using my superpowers to be a Boy Scout?
Well, then we're going to go smoke some really good weed. So only partly.
And
well, you know, Tasha, weed might be in violation of his parole. You can smoke the weed, but I don't know that I'd give it to the Void. Now, Void, you're not there to be a Boy Scout. You're there to show that you can be trusted and don't need to go to prison.
couldn't I at least like volunteer with puppies?
Ooh, that's a really good idea. And kittens.
I mean, isn't it? They're small. They need your help. And I mean, caring for animals is like the best way to get your reputation completely changed.
Okay, you may be missing kind of a little bit of the point here. It's not about changing your reputation. It's about actually becoming a decent human being.
Ooh. This sounds like Tasha is. Let me check your.
Provoke?
I don't think it's a provoke. I think it might be a. This might be a vulnerability if this is, or a moment of weakness if you are, if this is truly what you believe why you're a hero. What do you think? Tasha.
I think she's a hero because it means Snoop lets her teleport into the studio
Okay.
or tolerates it. So sort of true, but it's like, okay, you kind of got to be a decent person so you can get away with the little mischiefs. And people are just like, okay, fine, I'll look the other way this time.
Okay, so do you think you're doing a moment of weakness with Void or no?
I don't think so, because this is kind of a means to an end. It's like you're a better person, you get to do a few bad things here and there.
Okay. And I think, I guess this.
And the team lead just said, we don't care that you smoke weed because, well, you scream into people's brains.
Yeah. And I think at this point there is like a second camera or camera voyeur backs into the room floating, and the once again two silent steps of Dynasty Pearl enters the room, and you can almost see as she squeezes in through Neutron's door that on the lesser channel there would be a laugh track, and she holds this really pretty envelope. It's embossed. It has the name of Emily Simpson's band on it. There is like gold leaf on it, and Neutron's name is in like the prettiest, wonderfulest wedding font ever, like wedding calligraphy style. And she looks at the camera and like hands it over to Neutron as she smiles like, I believe this may be a opportunity.
Dude, you are so in.
Looks over to Tosh like he totally thinks she's got his back. Yeah, okay. This is good. He'll take it, and I think he, like, if it's is it a letter? It's an invitation, right? So it's the letter kind of
It
thing?
has like an actual seal on the back, which is like I think it has her S with a wax stamp.
Oh, that's adorable.
That is sick.
He like fries it up just a little bit and then uses his eye beams to like break the seal without ripping it too much.
Yeah. Inside is a handwritten letter that is not in the calligraphy style. And you can tell it's actually handwritten by Emily this time, though. As I think, like after the photo shoot, she brought you in for a glass, and you saw like a Sharpie calendar on the fridge. And it's just, thank you for the photo shoot. It is my most successful that I've had yet. It was amazing spending time with you. And because both our times are limited, I thought that maybe a little workaround was involved. So I decided to invite you and your friends to the next concert. Here are 5 special VIP backstage passes. And, you'll be able to tell yours apart. And I think one of one of them is like the premium ultra platinum package, which has a lipstick print on it.
He's beaming as he reads through this and kind of looks over at and even Hedera and Bounty, like, hey, we get to go to a concert, guys. This is good, right?
Yeah.
I think O kind of hangs her head and just kind of shakes it and goes, crap.
Will there be moshing?
Oh no. This is for light. They're pop. They don't do moshing. I'm sorry. You can't mosh. That would be a problem.
You do only need one person really to mosh.
I could always do a stage dive.
Okay.
I just shake my head at the side, like,
And the Void is like grins, like, wow, I don't go to jail and I get to go to a concert? This is cool.
Oh yeah, I have this new Nemesis line you'll look great in.
you can have my
there's only
ticket.
5 tickets. Yeah, there's only 5
You can have my ticket.
All right.
We said it at the same time.
I mean, I'm sure we can sneak in one person made of shadows.
Bounty, are you gonna rip up the ticket and throw it in the air?
No, but he can have mine. I don't care. It sounds boring.
I mean, Neutron, look, you two make the cutest goddamn couple, and you are so in.
Listen, I don't care if you're reading Tiger Beat. That's not true. It's my brother.
I'm just saying,
Wait, what?
you're cute as hell as a couple, and she really seems into you. But
Oh God, I thought you meant me and fucking Void.
no,
Wait, what?
no.
Have you? Yeah,
No.
well, people think
Dude,
that.
your brother, that's okay. That's sick and not in the good way.
I know, but
Wait, is this because and he like puts his hand over. Oh, ew.
yes.
Okay,
This is
so look, I'm going to toss this out there as an idea. Maybe we should totally just like head off that whole Tiger Beat thing, because I mean, listen, you got this. I'm totally there for you in spirit, but this concert, I'm kind of with Bounty. It sounds a little bit boring. I mean, if I can't mosh, it's look, she's cute, and you two make an adorable couple. But maybe if I'm out hanging out with Void and they're getting pictures of us, they're going to lay off you.
okay. Yeah, maybe. I mean, what do you think?
So you said these were VIP tickets? Is that right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So I think that I look over the tickets and I say, so I think that this looks like a setup. I think that this looks like a big thing's going to go down here. We should be there. That's our job now. And I kind of look up at the voyeurs and I say, so I'll set up the VIP area with our own special, modifications for a good light show and, some nice refreshments and stuff like that. And I kind of look over at Tasha and we'll see what happens. If you really care about this person, Neutron, I suggest you warn them.
We're all supposed to be there.
Warn them that inviting us might not be the best idea.
Well, I mean, she's trying to get into showbiz, so there's no bad publicity.
Oh, I bet this will really happen. Tasha, you were going to say something?
So we all kind of need to be there, is what you're saying, Oh?
I think it'd be a good idea. Maybe Void could stay. That's up to Neutron.
I'm just saying, if we're trying to like kind of integrate him into society, I don't want to leave him out of anything.
And like I say, I was serious about having him show off my new Nemesis line.
I think Void looks over at Hedera. It's like, what does it look like? Does it have a lot of blacks and purples?
Oh, sweetie, we need to remind you that there are other colors in the palette.
Spoken like my drag mother.
Is black even a color?
It's the
No,
absence
seriously,
of color.
I'm asking.
No, it's the absence of color.
Oh,
Yeah, so you're
Okay.
right. It's not.
so really, what you're saying is the only color in his palette is purple? You guys figure it out. I'm Void.
Hmm.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, come with me. Come get a contact.
I don't like contacts.
Why does he
You're the
need
most
contact?
vanilla supervillain.
You have so much to learn. God, Neutron. How is it that your brother is adorable in just a completely different way than you are?
Black is a fine color, and you can wear what you want. Her Nemesis line, though, that would be a good idea. You can have my ticket still.
Here's your ticket.
Yeah, and I think Void will go with Tasha. It's like, I'm sure if you contact this Emily Simpson, and he like looks, I think he looks over your shoulder and sees yours with the lipstick mark, she'll send an extra.
Yeah, probably. So, are we basically letting Void come along with us?
I think that's the plan. I think everyone's. I heard a bunch of people speak up for Void, saying that it was worthwhile. So yeah,
It's a bad idea.
I agree. But at least we'll be able to keep an eye on him. And remember, Void, you can't use your power, or the hammer of the law will come down on you.
I understand. I'm no like handing over my man card or anything, but I really like For Light. Like their music is airy and nice and just everything the world isn't.
I think there's a brief micro expression for Neutron that like maybe him and Void agree on this, but he doesn't necessarily want to admit that out loud.
Yeah, I think obviously like some kind of National Enquirer zine is a supervillain likes pop music. Is new Satanic Panic? Backmask experts check Whitney Houston.
Nice.
Yeah. So, do we want to head to the concert or?
Is it tonight? Like the same day?
I think it's probably coming up. Like if anyone wants to hard frame any other scenes, I am definitely down for it.
Just one thing. If I
Yeah.
can get Void alone for a second or tell him something by himself for a second.
Oh, please do.
I like, if Earth doesn't work for you, you can always join me when I get off this wet rock.
You're going to be leaving?
Well, I'm not here to stay.
What's space like?
Oh, wow. I don't think I can describe it with a few words. Like, it's amazing.
I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah.
I also have a scene in mind. If you're
Oh,
done, Bounty.
please do.
I'd like to contact Bounty's parents.
Yes, send out. I think this has probably been like the 3 days that you've been getting the legalese sorted. You obviously sent out like the BBC or BBS post as fast as you could, and I think you've gotten a response back that is kind of like if you've seen Serenity or the Firefly, like how River Tam's letters were code. It's like you'll get this thing, thank you for inviting us to the like the hegemony ball. We will, and like I think O has enough practice cracking codes that in enough time she realizes that the second letter of every word that begins with like a vowel can numerically be tied to some kind of uh, lo- uh, location, the latitude and longitude, and it's just a laundromat in Nashville, like a corner laundromat that is like if this was the Yelp days, like there would be no reviews on Yelp. This is just a place that people go because there is no other place to go.
Great. So bounty. I've got a location, and I assume a time.
Oh yeah, I think it's. Do you guys want to do this before the concert?
It's up to you, bounty.
Now, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's definitely like a pretty. I think it's like within a day that you guys can do this.
Fantastic. So basically, bounty. Do you want the voyeurs along, or do you want
I
this to
do not want the voyeurs.
Nice. So I think that we take my vehicle, the Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
It's a flying kind of thing, and we get ready to head out. And right as we're about to head out, I'm going to just. So the voyeurs are aliens. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So I think in that case, I was going to say, I think I sabotaged their equipment and shoved them out of the vehicle.
I would say like you can just do it where you can hack their cameras and make them not work.
I'm a little bit pissed off at them and the
Okay.
situation, so I kind of want to make sure they're not around at any point.
Okay,
Sounds like
and
Unleash.
they fly too, so this sounds like a roll.
Oh, okay.
Are you venting your frustration? I believe you have that move.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's right. I'm venting my frustration at the voyeurs just for this crappy situation we're in. Yeah.
Okay.
And venting frustration, I can roll freak, I think.
I thought your
Let me look and see what my mentor is.
yeah, I thought he
Mentor is superior, embodies superior and denies freak.
Yes, so you would be rolling, I think, superior.
Freak
This
with
is-
venting.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
freak.
venting
The one
is
the label they deny. So yeah, freak.
yeah, and my freak is a -1.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So and I rolled a 5, so that's a 4. So something bad happens. You get a hard move.
Ooh.
Just to be clear, I'm going with my outfit in a suitcase on the side and wearing normal clothes.
Ooh, nice.
Enjoy yourself.
Oh, I think the you push them out, but the thing is, like, they fly, and you learn that like their alien physiology, they can keep up with the plane, and like you get there, you have like a few moments before, or a few minutes before the voyeurs will they can't keep up with the plane exactly, so you have a few minutes to get in and hopefully have a regular seeming scene before these aliens with cameras show up to a meeting place with very paranoid people. Yeah, and do you park the jet or like the plane thing on top of the the laundromat? Do you park like in a park nearby? How do you?
I think we park outside of town
Okay.
and then take a regular vehicle that's in the cargo bay.
Okay.
And
Yeah, that makes seems better. And yes, you guys pull up to the laundromat. You get inside, and
Ayo,
there is a
before we go in, ayo.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No problem. I understand. Just all I ask is that you don't destroy the place, and you know keep up making sure things go well.
Thanks for being here. I'm
Actually,
really afraid from this moment.
do you want me here? Do you want me
Yes,
present?
please.
Okay, sounds right.
I don't know how I can do this considering me sharing a vulnerability or weakness with someone. Like,
I think it could be. I mean, you're showing that you want.
help.
Yeah.
I'm not really good with talking to people, well, humans anyway, that don't revolve around shooting them and tasering them lately because I can't shoot. So
I've noticed that. So I'll be there and try and degrade the situation. Keep the situation a little bit more polite.
How do you think I should? Who do you think I should be like? Would you like me to be?
I think your vulnerability is. Are you asking that? Because your vulnerability is just mark a condition, give them influence.
Yeah, I'm reading the wrong one. But yeah. Someone mark a condition, give them influence over you, and mark potential. So that's
Yes.
5 out of 5.
You have influence over. You have influence over Bountio.
Okay.
Yeah, totally insecure.
I think I tell you, I think it's important as you meet your parents that you act like you are today. You have changed, and they need to know that. But I think there's still parts of you from before that will stand out and they will recognize.
Okay. I guess. And I also got an advancement. Well, just, when I don't say anything, it means I want to shoot them. So just speak for me a little. Because they were gone, and I'm not happy with them. So I think they might be evil. But we'll see.
Okay.
Oh, if only this is on camera. Yeah, and I think you guys go inside. There is there just seems to be one person in this laundromat, and that's not a worker. And like one worker is putting coins in the change machine. The other worker is behind this desk folding clothes that were left off here by the pound. And there just seems to be like a person who seems way too young to have had a child at like a child bounty's age, working at putting clothes in. So what do you do?
I'm going to scan the laundromat to make sure there's nothing else nefarious going on. Yeah.
I have sharpened eyes as a move, so.
Oh, maybe you'd be much better at it.
Yeah, when you assess the situation, you may always ask one of the following questions. So.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I'll start looking around.
So roll that superior.
That's 9 plus lots. 9 plus 2. So that's 11.
So yeah, you ask 3 total.
Yeah, let's see. Well, those 3 questions are a little strange because I don't know who's here yet. So let's ask the other questions first. Assess. How could I best end this quickly? Other than leaving, obviously.
Yeah. By showing that you were not there for a reunion, that you were there out of anger.
What here can I use to find my parents?
You notice that the person putting coins in the bill exchange, it keeps getting the same coins out. They are doing a routine. They're not actually putting them. They're not. It looks like they're doing like they're more scanning the room versus doing a job.
What here would be handy to grab?
That would be you work tech pretty well, right?
Well,
You,
science.
yeah,
High tech.
you can understand the high pitched buzzing and ringing that is coming off the man's that he's putting in the laundry of the recording device on him.
Hey yo. Can you shut off recording devices from afar?
In a obvious way, sure. Are you looking for something more subtle?
Subtle. Yeah. I mean, I can shoot their recording device. That's not subtle either. I go in and let's see what happens.
Yeah, so I think the woman behind the counter who's folding clothes looks like this middle-aged Kurdish woman, and she smiles. It's like, "Welcome to Lucky Lady Laundry. Are you leaving your clothes to be done by us? Do you want to do them yourselves, or are you here for change?"
Does she look like she's into all this, or does she look like she's just walks her?
She seems like she does seem like she works here. Like she doesn't seem out of place. Like this is not like the plastics or like Men in Black style fake.
Yeah.
At least it doesn't seem that way.
So I'm like, do something by myself, thank you.
Okay. And if you need change, go speak to Bill over by the machine. He'll help.
I think I'll walk over to Bill and say, I need some change.
And he looks up and looks at Bounty, looks at you. And I think he recognizes O because most people haven't seen Bounty out of his outfit. And he's like, does your friend usually wear full body suits?
That is up to my friend's decision. So, is that dependent on me getting change? And I pull out a bill.
Yeah, and he, Bounty, what do you say?
I look at the guy. So where are they?
Yeah, and he takes the bill, puts in a coin in like a slot that doesn't look like it's ever it's one of those slots that's seems shut off. He does something, opens it up, and the change machine just slowly moves away from the wall, leading to a set of stairs going down into the basement.
Nice.
Nice. Are we going down there?
I'll take point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you guys go downstairs, and it's like very high tech Tony Stark, Reed Richards kind of place down here, and I think it like you end up at this place that's near an elevator, and there is I think Bounty. Would you recognize your mother?
How different is she after 10 years? I mean, mothers don't really change, do they?
She's not like very physically altered. Like she would just look like herself 10 years older with maybe a few more gray hairs and a few more wrinkles.
I probably will. So I guess I see her.
Yeah, and she looks up and I think she begins to tear up as she sees what damage you've gone through. As I said, I think you said before, you were covered in burns and scars.
Mm-hmm.
My baby, you've actually come back.
Mom?
And I think she wants to run over, but she reaches into her outfit and pulls out this scanner. It's like, where did you go?
Wherever you sent me, Mom.
And she scans you and looks at the thing. No clone, no symbiote, no, and like just lists off these like things that you're not, and then like throws the thing down and like runs over to embrace you.
I let her embrace me, but I don't embrace back.
Ooh, and I think she will like. This is like, we didn't know if you would survive. You and the others okay? Okay.
It's been 10 years. Did you even try to get us back?
We've pinpointed where you were sent. We sent people after you, but you had moved. Things shift. The planet shifts. We've tried, but you were nowhere to be found out there.
I kind of start hugging her back. Okay, yeah, some of us are fine. Most of us are fine. Well, we are all fine, basically. But, and I hug and start tearing up.
Yeah, I think she's going to be using her labels. Oh, she doesn't have influence over you. She can't.
Yeah, she does not. I don't see how I like. Oh, there you go. I hug her really strong and I say, I really, really missed you. Where's Dad? And I'm sharing vulnerability or weakness with her.
Ooh.
So I'll mark a condition. I'll give them influence over me. There you go. And I'll mark potential, which means I have 6 potential now. And I'm gonna mark afraid because I'm kind of afraid what's going to happen.
Yes, and she, I think she will. She's trying to shift your labels, moving your freak down and your mundane up.
Freak down, mundane up. I just accept it.
Okay, because you are bad at resisting influence.
Yeah.
And she'll look at O and like, and I mean, you're on a show now. You have friends. I mean, you're back on Earth and you already have friends. Why were you hiding in that outfit? Are you running from someone?
I'm not really hiding from someone, but I'm not going to stay. I
Oh,
just was looking for you, and you were gone. And I stopped hugging.
ooh. And it's like, you're not gonna stay.
No, I have a life out there. What are you guys doing?
I can't tell you that.
Why?
Because it's, and she looks at O, on a very need to know basis. And I know some people here work with people who work with secrets.
Where's Dad?
That is also need to know.
I need to know.
And I say, would it help if I left?
It would if I did not believe that you couldn't track us with your presence not being here. The fact that you come, I think this is like, I don't think the voyeurs are coming. I think that the fact that your connection with Stitches is souring this like that's going to be the hard move, I think.
I see. And I'm going to lean over to Bounty and say, I think I'm causing problems here.
You're not causing problems. She's just being annoying. Mom, where's Dad?
Annoying. We have not met in 10 years.
Yes, because you sent me into space. Where's a 10-year-old?
Okay.
It was an accident. We did not mean to send you into space.
Well, how did I? Still was sent to space, and it was your fault. Now where's Dad?
And I think she gets like really defensive now. It's like, maybe space has changed you more than I thought it would.
Mom, tell me where Dad is.
No.
Mom, tell me where Dad is.
And I think this time she like pulls out that scanner again, flips a switch. No.
And I think I'm going to lean forward and I'm going to say, excuse me, I didn't mean to cause any problems here, but you have to understand the boy that you knew is no longer here. And he's been through a lot of, in the past 10 years, he's been through a lot of problems. He came here to look for you. And that's a very genuine emotion. Otherwise, he wouldn't be here at all. He also came here to look for his father. And it's important that he be able to see his father and have a relationship with you and his father. And
What?
you are denying him this. What would it take in order for you to tell him where his father is?
Well, he says that. I slowly open my suitcase and put an arm inside. But I don't do anything yet.
Yeah, I think she states, well, we could, and she like says like we need access to like some project that you've seen on like Stitch's computers and some files, like Project Yormonger.
You need access to it?
We need information on it at the very least.
I need to pay to meet my dad.
Well, you chose fame over us to begin with, and you don't plan to stay. We don't really have time for family therapy now, do we?
Oh, wait. I think the two of you are escalating and getting very angry. Please calm down.
I chose fame?
You have to understand, of course, Mrs. Bounty, that Bounty was trying to make sure that you found him, not choosing fame. So please don't assign feelings to him that didn't exist. But I can tell that he's getting angry.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I think she like drops her scanner. It's like I'm sorry. I've expected this moment ever since he left, and
I didn't leave.
ever since. This is not how I expected things to go.
But I didn't expect to live my life without my parents for the last decade in space, running away from things.
And we didn't expect. No, that's a bit too.
You can do what you want.
I think it's like we were trying our best. Our best wasn't good enough, and maybe we should never have been parents to begin with.
Well, maybe having your children around a portal while you're trying to turn it on was a stupid idea. But I want to meet Dad too.
He's not here.
Is he dead?
No. Thankfully, he's not dead. But if you're going to meet your father, you'll also have to meet your sister.
I start laughing. Sister? Wait, what?
You didn't know this, but we took you to work that day because we were going to tell you that we were expecting a new family member. We wanted a special day, and things definitely turned special.
I have a sister?
Yeah?
Oh, I have something. Could we arrange a future meeting for Bounty and his father and his new sister? And do you have a picture of them?
And I think she brings out like what would be like a very science-y clutch. It's probably just like a Ziploc bag that can keep out biohazards, and she pulls out a picture of the family like the day before, or like before Bounty left Earth, like a happy picture of the entire family together. the pictures of like her and his father from back when he knew them, and then like just set like a small photo album of like what's gone on since then. And the thing is, you notice is like it's not very normal pictures. Like there's no Disneyland pictures. There's no like school play pictures. There's no but like and everything like picture wise seems to be man made. Like they're underground in a like a hydroponics lab when your sister's like growing her first plant, or like she's going trick or treating, but like there's like Fallout science door labs around. Just like a very different raising style than you had.
What's her name?
Her name is Deirdre.
God, you are horrible parents. Um, really? I need to meet her.
I'm sure she'd like to meet you, but could we?
Does she know I exist?
She knows she has a brother somewhere, or that she did.
Well, that changes things.
And I think she finally she'll like acquiesce that she can like have like a picnic at Centennial Park, and they can go to the Parthenon and like have a family meeting. And I think you actually get as she's like describing the normalcy of this, that she's really into like the actual family activities like the kids used to do, and that she and the husband used to do, which seems to have changed significantly since you left Bounty.
I wonder
Well,
why.
left or taken. We're portaled into space.
Yes, sent. So, how do I get to meet them? How do I get to meet my sister?
Yes.
What do I need to do?
Maybe not jump down her throat for. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just be a big brother.
Sure, but how do I meet her?
We'll meet at the park. We'll have a picnic.
Okay,
Something without cameras, hopefully.
hopefully. Should we EMP the entire city?
I think she laughs at that. That would be too strange. That would draw too much attention from the wrong people.
Okay. Time and place. Time, I guess. Place we have.
Yeah, and she'll give you like a 2-week window where like they need to time and stuff to get everything out. But and I think at the end she tears up a bit. It's just like I thought they were just trying to get us out into the open again.
I don't even know where you're hiding, and I hug her again. Can't wait to meet them all.
Yeah.
And I'll lean over and I'll hand each of them communicators that are encrypted so they can keep in touch without anyone on either side knowing about it.
you.
Well, maybe. And then I'll hand her a second one, I guess a third one, for the husband. And I apologize for not having one for Deidre.
Yeah. Oh, this is really sweet. And I almost tased my mom after coming back to Earthway.
I was very close to it.
Yeah, so I think now we can move. Does anyone want another scene before we move to the concert?
Just like outside, I'll tell O like, thank you, and I like take that walkie-talkie and I put it like in a pocket in my shirt or something, like as close as possible.
Yeah, I think at this time, like the voyeurs show up, like with sweating or doing whatever signs of tiredness the voyeurs show, and they heft up the cameras, turn them on, and like it's like, okay, we're ready to go in and meet them.
Great. And I think now I lean over to Bounty and I say, we should give them a show, and let's fake out with the people in the laundromat like they're your parents.
But they're of a different race than me.
Maybe they won't catch on.
Well,
So one moment, and I put on the outfit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess, yeah, sure, let's
Yeah.
do that.
So yeah, and I think yes, Tasha, you unmuted.
I was just going to say if we could take a bio break in a couple minutes.
Oh yes, let's do that. Let's be back at 20 after the hour, and we'll finish off this session. I just love our heroes. And oh, you are definitely the mother bear of the group. You were the counselor for that little session right there.
True.
Yes, I was very
OWE,
close to
LCS
tasing my mom.
Yay! And a rich.
Sorry.
No
Sorry, it took
problem.
me a bit.
Now we can get to the concert, which we are going to skip through most of the pop concert because I am no longer a 12-year-old who enjoys these kinds of get-togethers, and this is before the majesty of K-pop puts on amazing shows and fashion. So just imagine all the dancing and lyrics and being
One
my
question.
yes.
That Aubrey Plaza looking girl who was asking Natasha to smoke up.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever get her name? And is she around? I'm guessing her name was Jennifer or Jen or GENN or something like that, because after all, this is the 90s, and it seemed like,
Oh
half-
no, she was named by a parent in the 80s. Her name is Jim with a J.
I hate you so much right now.
And I think she's probably just one of Emily's handlers, so to speak. And,
So, as bored as I am, probably.
yes.
Yeah. I think I tried to get her to sneak off someplace while the show was going on.
I was about to say, it's like the show wasn't going to be the most important thing. It was going to be the after party during it, or after the main event. Would you? And I think she will definitely be at the after party. She has to work during the actual performance to make sure, she has things to make sure don't fall apart. Sadly, but in the after party, she's mainly free. I mean, all she has to do then is make sure that people get the right drinks. But yeah, it is definitely the after party, and you guys have been going through layers of security. There's the bronze package, and you show your tickets and go past the bronze package where there's special merch that's pre-signed and things of that nature. You get past the silver package, you get past the gold package, and now people are beginning to recognize you because these are the ultra fans, diehard, major followers of different kinds of media. And then you get to the platinum package, and you are probably you are the largest group in the platinum package. Most people a triplicate at best, a group at the most, but most have just spent their own money and come by themselves. And this is some of the more impressive names. There's the paparazzi that don't stalk your house, that actually get invited to places because they don't need that gig. But there's also plenty of drinks. These women are of age, so there is the definite smell of Tasha's proclivity in the air. But Neutron, how are you handling going through these different levels of security? And what are you dressed in?
I think Neutron's dressed as Neutron, unless Neutron showed up and Hadera and everybody else were in plain clothes. He just show up in his costume because he assumes this is being filmed and this is a good PR thing for them. So yeah, and he's into it. This is super exciting, and lots of security isn't that big of a deal. His family has stores, and in fact, I've just, due to getting some XP, purchased a sanctuary. So yeah, he's used to traps and all that kind of stuff. At least this stuff will kill you.
Yeah, and so yeah, I think Neutron is hard to miss as he's coming in and hands over his personally stamped ticket. And I think they go like the bodyguard looking down at this ticket stops, and like this is again like a big, bulky, intimidating 6'6" person, and he looks down and down and down at Neutron, and it's just like, you got this.
Yes.
You're the most boring one on the show, but okay. And he hands it back to you and steps out of your way.
He may be boring, but seriously, have you looked at those dimples? He's cute as hell, man.
Thank you. That's supportive.
And inside, like I've never been to like major, rich, expensive VIP room party kind of thing, so I imagine it's like. So I will say, like for Nashville, it's like the deluxe Golden Corral. Like there's a chocolate fountain. There's a like Dom Perignon alcohol that is being served to everyone. There's like prime Nashville hot chicken for the people who actually want to eat. There is prime indulgences for those who want to partake, and I assume that I think that Emily is with some of her, like with her bandmates, taking pictures with the people who've come to the platinum level of meet and greets, because they probably know some of these people, and her Four Light sister Ashley is like leaning in and talking to someone. Emily sees Neutron as he's hard to miss. Says a quick word and runs over and gives him a quick kiss on the cheek on his costume. You made it! You all made it!
I know. I was surprised everyone came, but here we are, the whole team.
Yeah, and Void came with you guys too. And I think
plus others.
Yeah, I think she looks over at Void. It's like, did you guys get a new member?
He's
Trainee. It's an outreach program.
It's more of a mascot.
And close enough.
Yeah, what they said.
Does he have powers?
Yes.
I lean over to Bounty and say, by the way, people might be under the impression that he's your brother, so I know that you don't have much experience with it, but I'm gonna need you to look brotherly tonight, okay?
What? Void.
And
Apparently you're my brother.
Void looks like really confused, and he like points to Neutron, then points to Bounty, points to Neutron. Like,
Don't worry, I'm a better brother anyway.
Ooh.
I'm much more fun.
Hey, this is only Monster Hearts.
Isn't there a move for that in this?
There is. I
Like,
think it
does
could
that-
be.
I
Isn't that
mean, you
provoking?
have influence over Neutron.
Yeah.
so-
You could provoke him into
Absolutely. You could even
or
just take
also shift
advantage
his
of
labels.
You can, when you're telling him how the world works, there you go.
He's directly engaged.
No, he doesn't have, but he doesn't have influence over Neutron, I don't think.
I think
I
everybody
think
has influence.
yeah,
over it.
everyone has influence over Neutron.
Oh, that's right. I didn't see it written down, I thought, but
Oh,
Well,
I took it
maybe-
away. I took
yeah.
it away.
yeah.
Yay! You can still try to provoke though.
Provoke to do what? I don't know what he does.
I don't know if you
The whole
wanted
point is boring.
to. Oh,
Or maybe
nice.
I'll provoke you to not be boring.
You can't do that. I reject.
Well, first let me roll. Let's see. I'm pretty good at provoking. Or maybe not that good. Oh wait, I might be really bad at it right now. Yeah, -2 and +2. So that's a 6.
Ooh, so
That's another potential.
think this is the time when Emily like she chuckles and it's just like, if you guys are brothers, that's cool. I mean, it seems nice and all that, but I'm really here to be seen with. And you've told her? Have you told her your or would she know your actual name, Neutron?
Yeah, I think at the photo shoot he probably said, you can call me Kyungwon if you want, or
Yeah.
Neutron, whatever you prefer.
And she I think she clings to you a bit too cutely. It's like, I'm really here for Kyungi Bay, and I'm going to show him what we have on tap, and you guys go mingle. And I think that's when Tasha notices Jim leaning against a wall, like looking up every now and again, making sure that there's enough alcohol, but clearly not enjoying herself as the party watcher.
Hey, Boyd,
Yeah,
come on over here. Come with me.
and he'll
This
head
is
over with
your
you.
first party for a while, right?
This is my first party ever. Grandpa didn't let me go out much.
Oh, well, we got to turn this thing up for you then, don't we?
Doesn't marijuana lead to murder?
Sure, if your only knowledge of it is reefer madness.
Isn't Reefer Madness a documentary?
No, it's propaganda. I mean, honestly, it may make you want to sit on a couch and eat some Twinkies or some Doritos and play some video games and listen to Fish, but otherwise, no, it doesn't lead to murder.
So it leads to laziness.
That's actually kind of accurate. It certainly can.
I'd prefer to keep a clear mind. I mean,
You're straight edge. I get it. No big. It's all good. Smoke you, suck you, booze you,
I'm
lose.
not really straight edge, I don't think. I mean, I'm not sure what my sexuality is, but
No. It means keeping your mind free of intoxicating influences. No booze, no cigarettes, no drugs.
but I do booze all the time.
Right. I'm just going to leave you to the Zima then, and I'm going to go talk to this cute girl.
That I understand. I would be very much in the way of that.
A little bit, but I also didn't want to just leave you hanging.
And I think he looks at Dom Perignon. It's like, I've only heard about that shit. I'm going to go try it.
Grab yourself a bottle of it, sit on the couch. Don't shake it or anything like that. You don't want to spill it. The shit's like 100, 150 a bottle. You want to make sure you ease the cork off.
Yeah. And I will say it is nighttime because I think this as the well, let's see what else of what is O doing at the party? As I think I want to know what a mentor of or a mentee of Stitches would be doing at this fancy celebrity gathering.
So I think what O's doing is she's, to be honest, she's kind of starting to view this show as kind of a shit show because there's been everywhere we go, someone's attacking us and it's caused all sorts of problems. So I actually think that this place is going to be attacked. So I've set surveillance up like in our VIP area during the concert. Mm-hmm. So it looks like a light show, but I think I'm actually surveilling to see what's going on. So I'm kind of on guard back here. I'm watching everybody to make sure that, nobody's, going to get too wasted or anything like that. They'll be able to react whenever the shit hits the fan. And I'm just watching things. Yeah.
So do you think you are being mindful of your surroundings by assessing the situation before what you believe would be a fight?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Roll superior.
Superior. Great. I rolled a 9. My superior is a 2, so I got an 11.
You ask 3 questions then.
Okay. Here's the biggest threat?
The biggest threat is the bodyguard on the south side. You can tell by the way he's moving and his pallor, he is a vampire. And the leader of the neophytes was a vampire, if you remember.
Okay. What's the best way this could be ended quickly?
Preemptively move move the party to a public location that is it would be harder to assault because of the populace. Or let's end this quickly. That could just end up being backfiring because these are villains. Maybe by ending the party, trying to get people to go home or make it where it's less important people around mean less of an impact if it gets stopped or interrupted.
Okay. What here is in the greatest danger?
That would be, I believe, 4 Light, the entire girl group.
And if I'm not mistaken, Neutron and Void both said that they were big fans.
They are.
4 Light. Okay.
And Emily Simpson, his girlfriend, is in 4 Light.
Right. And are any of the bodyguards legit? Are they all vampires?
Oh, that one, he is still you think he's legit, but just because it's or you think his hiring was legitimate, you just notice he's different than the others. But no other bodyguards are vampires. None of them have the connection that you might suggest to the neophytes.
So I think I go over to Hedera and I tell her, I see a threat. Oh, actually, so I'm gonna just broadcast this to everyone, saying, there's a potential set. I see a bodyguard that's a vampire, and I don't want to break up the party now because I don't want this to look bad for 4 Light or for us. But be on your guard, and if something hits the fan or I start to see an attack going on, I'm trying to watch out for everything. I will let you know as violently as I can.
Okay. You want to just teleport that vampire into the sun?
Well, no. I mean, they haven't done anything wrong yet.
They're a vampire.
Yeah. And, you're a pot smoker. You're a big old stoner. That doesn't mean that we get to just,
I don't drain people of their blood. I mean, theoretically, you could argue that I'm actually helping the planet because at least the stuff that I indulge in is a crop that has to be grown and it can take carbon dioxide out. But I mean, back to the vampire. I mean, should I just teleport him into the sun?
Not yet.
Easy solution.
Not yet.
Nobody noticed. He just vanished.
Are you having this conversation in front of Jim?
Yeah.
I think Jim looks like really kind of insulted. It's like, are you really a corpsophobe? I mean, it's just, or a great, let's call it a gravophobe. Like, that's Tom. Tom has had my back, gets me the good shit, and only bites people who are willing.
Sweet. Then we don't need to worry about it.
You're talking about throwing him in the fucking sun. What kind of dick move is that? I thought you were cool.
Listen, every time I've dealt with vampires in the past, they have not sought consent. They haven't asked for consent. They just, I don't know, maybe they've been feral or something like that. My bad.
And some people are criminals. You deal with them too. Do you throw all the people you don't like in the sun?
No, actually, I'm actually opposed to jail at all. I don't like hurting people. That's why I'm a pot smoker. But
yeah, and
you're right. My bad.
And I think at this time, because you're hooked up to the cybernetics in the location, aren't you, O?
But at least O knows that Tom isn't a threat anymore.
Well, Tom is not a direct threat. Tom's connections are the direct threat.
And yeah, I'm connected up into the surveillance system.
So you feel a disturbance of like just on a technological level that someone is trying to take away the control you have over technology.
Well, I'm going to fight that.
Yeah, I think you need to unleash your powers.
Okay. And what stat is that?
Freak.
Freak. So that's an 8.
Okay, you can temporarily keep control or wrench control sort of like violently, or you can mark a condition and take complete control.
I think I'm going to mark a condition of afraid because I don't know what's going on here, and tell everyone, something's going on. I'm trying to retain control. Someone's trying to get me out of the system. If you lose sight of me, or you hear me say I'm blind, then watch out.
Yeah, and like there's a bit more of like give and take. It's like this is not like a normal hacking thing. Like you're having to keep on the bridge of your toes. This feels almost like going up against a very well programmed AI.
And I think you see the beads of sweat come down like you normally would in those 90s hacky movies.
Yeah, like if this was Ghost in the Shell, your fingers would have transplanted into all those little things, be typing away as fast as possible on 3 keyboards, and then finally, out of nowhere, it just stops. Like it gives up. You are completely okay for now, and then like there's a pause, and you see Tom check his watch and look around nervously, and like there and. I believe then like there's a suddenly like one of the same sigil that you saw from Pagan the time you fought her starts carving itself into the floor. You have a few moments before it will completely appear, so you can try to get people out of the way. You guys basically have an action before this finishes.
Yeah, get people away so I could try a grenade at it.
I set off the sprinkler system.
Ooh, yeah. People immediately begin running away. I think Emily stops, and I think like Emily and Neutron are sort of like in this like under an umbrella at like parasol kind of thing near the food table, and she looks up, like, "What's that?" And she looks at the symbol on the couch or on the floor. "What's that?" Oh shit! Is this going to be on an episode?
Oh God, I guess I'm gonna grab her up her Princess Carrie and try to get the heck out of Dodge, just fly out of here, and then come back for other people because this looks terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to fight, aren't we?
Are you asking your team leader? Oh,
yes, I'm asking. Will.
Okay.
Yeah, likely.
God damn it!
Unless
Can I grenade that?
Jem, if you'll excuse me for a moment.
And I think like the sprinklers have doused Jim's joint. She is not pleased with this, but seeing the sigil, she starts getting people out. The bodyguards start hustling people out, and by the time the sigil completely forms, Neutron is like flying back. It looks like this glowing, beautiful, not inverse pentagram, just regular pentagram that circles around. But now there are no people around it, and it looks perfect for grenading.
Yay! I throw a grenade.
Directly
Explosive
engage.
grenade.
Directly engage the.
Good. That means I might hurt someone.
Godspell.
That's 9, but I have -2 to directly engage. But because of my new move, if I directly engage someone who has no influence over you, you can always choose one additional option. So, but I did miss. So 9 - 2 is 7.
7. So you choose one option. So you choose 2 options.
Oh wait,
total.
7 plus yours. So 9. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 9, which is the same. Directly engage. So I can choose 3. Woohoo.
I thought you got a 7 total.
A 9.
But 9 minus. But yeah, you get to choose two, one from the action and one from your move.
Oh, right. 79. So resist and avoid blows, especially my own current blows, because I'm throwing a free grenade. And I want to take something from them. I want to take that stupid drawing on the floor.
Ooh.
Basically make it not be whole or something by exploding the shit out of the ground.
I think what happens is before they can all teleport in, you blow up the sigil. So only Pagan, Sewer Rat, and Dame Zola make it through. So the neophytes are back. And I think like Sewer Rat is waiting patiently to do his villain monologue as he comes in. And Pagan is just like concentrating and coughing and wheezing, like very, Noctu Barilla. And he looks back, like, what's going on? He's like, I can't get the others. Shit, they're on their own to get here.
Ha ha.
And he turns, he looks around, it's like, where is everyone? Shit. And Dame Zola steps forward and points to Emily. It's like, what?
I think Fair froze up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so too.
Oh, sorry about that.
There
I
you go.
was not freezing on my. But yeah, I think Dame Zola steps forward, points to one of the members of Four Light. It's like, well, there's our target. Let's get him, guys. And do we want to see if we can defeat them before they have their big mighty fight, or do we want to start on the confrontation next game?
I'd like to open a teleport portal underneath them.
Oh dear gods!
Into the sun by any chance?
No, these are just the neophytes.
Well, first, since you're going to be directly engaging who do we think the leader of this team is?
I mean, oh,
Yeah, I think O.
Okay.
I mean, O's been preparing for it. I would vote for O as well.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, so, O, do you have influence on everyone in the team?
I do not.
What is your mission here?
My mission here is to capture the neophytes because they've been trouble more than once.
Does everyone share that goal?
yes.
No, I'm more just interested in kicking some ass and looking good on camera doing it.
Yeah, I think Tasha plans to just teleport away. So,
Well,
right?
I'm happy with teleporting them wherever O says to teleport them to. I'm just annoyed because I was trying to, just trying to have a nice little smoke here. Maybe have a chat. And they have now harshed my mellow.
Yeah, I just want to have fun in this.
Yeah. Okay.
The show was boring.
I think because of O's preparations, you are definitely not ill prepared or off balance. And does anyone mistrust O?
I trust O implicitly.
Mistrust, like or do not trust. I think most everyone does because she is. I mean, she helped Bounty out, and she didn't rail. Yeah, she didn't rail against Hedera for telling Neutron's business.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm fine with the whole your fake dad being a walking conspiracy theory.
All stepfathers are, and so yeah, I believe that means that you will have one additional team in the pool because we are going up against a dangerous foe, which gives you a total of 3 team for the fight. But we only have 9 minutes. Do we want to say the fight begins?
Yeah, I'd like to open with the fight because we still have the end of session stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I think the page ends, like the issue ends with seeing Tasha flicking the useless joint on the floor, and just like and just saying like, well, or correct me if I'm taking too many liberties. Tasha was like, well, I guess I can't blow them into the sun either. Just sort of a pissed off. But
And how about if I click on the stereo into like the music system into a mix that I've prepared? So it's something like the KLF "Time Is Love," right, or something like that.
nice. So yeah, let's do end of session stuff.
Also, you kind of saw Bounty just being standing at the side all these few, because he was totally bored of this show. He was bored out of his mind. And then as the moment like disappears, suddenly you see like maybe like a glare on his mask and him picking up 2 grenades in his hands. And now he has one at the last page.
Oh, and I think one of the things is also Void looking at the water-logged champagne bottle he's holding with like all the water inside. It's like, I was enjoying this. But yeah, let's do after session things. So, Steven, what does Hedera feel like?
I mean, I'm probably closer to Voy, but he doesn't count. I feel like probably I'm grown apart from the team, and I'm gonna bump my mundane down and my superior up.
Okay. Neutron, how do you
Take
feel?
influence from someone.
No, that's oh yeah, you take influence away from someone.
Oh wait,
Oh, I thought
what did
that
you
was
say
one
you
or the
chose?
other. You either grow into yourself or you take influence away from someone.
Oh, those are 2 different.
Oh, yeah,
things.
yeah,
Grow into your own image or grow away from the team.
Yeah.
Which one? It's 3 choices basically.
Let me check this because I think it's
So you did grow into your own image.
I dropped it into chat. You grow closer to the team. You grow into your own image for yourself. Grow away from the team. Those are the
yeah.
three.
If you're growing away from the team, you take influence away from another character. If you grow into your own self-image, you shift your labels.
Yeah. Which is what you chose, I guess.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna grow into my own image of myself. That's
Okay.
what
And
I'm
then
going
you
with.
shift the labels. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Yes. The Neutron. What do you pick?
I'm growing close to the team, and I think I'm going to give influence to Tasha because she's the one who kind of helped me get out of my funk and break out of some conditions to a degree. If that's cool. She accidentally teleported me into a good thing. So I'll give her influence. You already have influence, so you get to shift one of my labels up and another one down.
Like a good wing woman would.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Okay. I think I'm gonna. That's tough. I think I'm gonna move superior up to 1 or up to 2, and let's move mundane down to -1 because you are anything but mundane.
All right.
Okay. Bounty, how do you feel?
I'm going to grow closer to the team. I think the choice of character to grow closer to the team too is very obvious. Oh, get another influence over me, which means you get what's called. I think instead of you cannot give influence to somebody who already has influence over you. So you can't. Oh, when someone takes no, yeah, I guess you don't get extra influence, but I am choosing you for this.
Yeah, well, what happens is exactly what just happened between Tasha and me. You give them influence, which means they can immediately shift your labels.
No, with me it doesn't happen. That's the thing.
Oh, right. You're a special case with.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You cannot give influence to someone who already has it. So I can't give you influence, but I'm still telling that you made me feel closer to the team. And then I don't know if I should take one of those conditions out or just mark more potential. Because I'm not afraid of remove a condition.
Okay. Tasha, how do you feel?
You know, I want up feeling closer to the team this time. And I think a big part of the reason why is because I felt supported and backed up by O with the whole Void situation. And, I felt like somebody was listening. It's like I may not have a spiffy uniform like the rest of you, and I may just be kind of lazy and want to get things over with as quickly and expeditiously as possible with the least amount of effort. But, I think I feel a little bit more joined in, at least socially.
So you're going to give O influence?
Yep. And I will mark potential.
Does O have influence on?
O does not.
Oh dear, intriguing. And after this, O, how do you feel?
Closer to the team. The character mostly associated that with would be Bounty. Bounty already has influence over me, so can shift my labels. And I will clear Afraid because I feel pretty well prepared for this fight. Especially with Bounty walking in with the grenades and blocking off half of the people coming in. That's fantastic.
I guess I'll shift your, let's see, superior down, mundane up, because you are very human. Very mother bear, yes. So
very, very true.
And
I don't think I get potential. Do I get potential?
Because you would have gotten influence. I remember there was something with the Nomad. If you would get influence over them again,
but
you either give them a condition or mark potential.
Yeah, the thing is, they can't take influence. Well, this is me giving influence. I'm not sure if the wording is correct in that.
Well, even if it's not, I would err on the side of giving out bonuses just because it seems I prefer to give rather than withhold.
Yeah, because it also says you can still give out influence through the end of the session, but you cannot give out influence to someone who already has. But it doesn't say what happens in this case.
Yeah,
end of session.
So I will say that you may give them the hopeless condition back, or you may mark or any other condition, or mark potential.
Okay, that is, I'm giving Bounty that.
You would either give Bounty a condition, or you would mark potential.
Oh, I'll mark potential.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for everyone who's joined in. This has been a lovely session. Feel much better about it. I'm going to end the broadcast and debrief with these wonderful people. See you next week.